Gabrielius, you were the host of a very successful NATO summit, and thanks for having the Munich Security Conference also providing some support for the NATO Public Forum. How happy were you with the result? And when it comes to the commitment of member states to at least spend 2%, how happy are you with the the implementation of this? And on the topic of security guarantees, where does NATO stand there? What is your view? Is this sufficient? Will you fight for what was your original view, have Ukraine become a member of NATO?
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for kind words. If I were to ask about whether we are happy about the NATO summit, I can definitely say that we're happy about the logistics of it. Everything went extremely smoothly. When it comes to a political part, I can say that yes, we managed to land, so that everybody had a chance to agree to the outcome. But honestly, if we think about the future and the expectations, we're not there yet. And it's a deeper question. It's not just about one NATO summit or about the next NATO summit in Washington. It's about how do we see the security architecture of Europe, of European continent. And I think that we still yet to appreciate the fact, and good that we're having this forum in Warsaw where the fact is quite well appreciated, that we are on a pivotal historic moment. Such historic moment for me, which I witnessed only as a small kid during my parents' TV screen, was the fall of Berlin Wall, which changed the mentality of Europe from, a geopolitical mentality from war state to peace state. Something monumental has changed, and Europe was reborn again, different. And out of that, not just Germany united, which congratulations on the day, but also my country was reborn from the peace Europe. And I think that we are now, the wall is being rebuilt. The only question is where? Definitely not Berlin, but I'm hoping not Kiev. I'm hoping not Kharkiv, not Luhansk. That the wall is on the border of Ukraine and Russia, on the border of 1991. That this is where Russians decided, Putin decided that this is where they will build the wall. And for us to rewire our geopolitical mentality into something different, I would say that it has to be a war mentality. It has to be a defensive mentality where we need to be prepared for many eventualities that might come from what is happening, but we're not there yet. And from this mentality comes Ukraine and NATO. The transatlantic area that has to expand, that has to embrace with the umbrella, with the Article 5, the countries that were left in the gray zone and have been attacked because they were left in the gray zone, striving for the West, but not there. So we need to expand this. We need to defend those who are on the border, such as my country, such as Poland. We're seeing so many things being done. And here I'm extremely grateful for a step that deserves more attention that it did. It's German decision to place a permanent brigade in the country of Lithuania, which is already reflecting this geopolitical change, this Zeitenwende, you can call it that, but it's broader than that. So these things should happen, and I'm hoping that we're bit by bit, we're getting there, and I'm hoping for next year's summit in Washington. It might take a while, but we'll change, and then we'll make practical decisions that have to happen.
Can I ask you, as you are sitting on the European Union Foreign Affairs Council, you sit on the NATO Council as minister, can you give us a sneak view into these meetings when you talk about Zeitenwende? It takes this German word, which I think is entering the English language like kindergarten, but do you have the impression that how you just explained that Zeitenwende, that is really comparable to the fall of the Iron Curtain or the Berlin Wall? Has this sunk in with everybody when you have these discussions in the council? And look around, do you think that, yes, it has sunk in?
I think not yet, because we're not answering the question what comes after. I have to use this opportunity and remind one very simple word, that is a very good litmus paper. When we say that we will help Ukraine until it's needed, and we still cannot define the it. Because if we define the it as victory, that sets everything then in line. We see the strategic goal. If we don't, if we cannot do that for different reasons, maybe we're too worried about the Russian escalation, maybe we're too worried what happens if Russia loses, maybe we're too worried about other conflicts around the globe. If we cannot answer that, we're not there yet.
So a lot of homework still to do?